lights, amber turn signals, amber clearance lights are clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. There are no leaks, dripping puddles, fluids underneath the engine and transmission. Okay. So, oil dipstick, fluid above the add line. Coolant reservoir, fluid above the add line. Water pump is securely mounted, operating properly, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, not leaking, not damaged, it is gear driven. Alternator is securely mounted, operating properly, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, not damaged. Wires are secure. It is belt driven. Belt is snug with a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of free play from the center. The belt is not cracked, worn, or frayed, or loose fibers. Figure out where things are at here. Power steering pump, reservoir, and dipstick. The power steering unit is securely mounted, operating properly, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, not leaking, not damaged. The power steering unit is gear driven. Fluid reservoir and dipstick shows fluid above the add line. Coming to our air compressor is securely mounted, operating properly, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, not damaged, not leaking air or fluid. It is gear driven. Overall engine hoses are not cut, cracked, or leaking. Moving to our steering linkage, links, arms, and rods are not cracked or worn. Joints and sockets not worn or loose. No loose or missing nuts, bolts, or carter pins. Moving to the steering box, is securely mounted, no loose or missing nuts and bolts, not leaking. Hoses not leaking or damaged. Moving to the suspension, spring mount is securely mounted, not cracked or broken. No loose or missing bolts or brackets. The bushings aren't damaged or missing. Our leaf spring is securely mounted, not shifted, missing, cracked, or broken. Moving to our U-bolts, not loose, missing, cracked, or broken. Shock absorber is securely mounted and not leaking. Moving to our air brake hoses, couplings are securely mounted, not leaking. Hoses not leaking, cracked, worn, or frayed. Lines can supply air. Moving to our brake chamber is securely mounted. No loose or missing clamps. It is not cracked, dented, or leaking. Moving to our push rod and slack adjuster is securely mounted. No bent, broken, loose, or missing parts. Push rod should not pull more than 1 inch by hand with the brakes released. Moving to our brake lining is not worn dangerously thin. No signs of oil and grease. Moving to our brake drum. Our brake drum is secure, no loose or missing bolts, no holes, no cracks, no dents, no signs of oil and grease. Moving to our tire, our steer tire has a minimum of 4/32 of tread depth. There's even wear, there's no cuts or damage to the tread and the sidewall, and no noticeable leaks. Moving to our valve stem is capped, not damaged or missing. I would check here with the air gauge. Our rim is not bent, dented, cracked, welded, or damaged. Moving to our lug nuts are secure, no loose or missing bolts, no cracks or distortions radiating from the lug holes, and no signs of rust trails. Moving to our hub seal is not leaking, oil at the proper level. Moving to our mirror is securely mounted, no loose fittings, brackets not damaged. Moving to our door and window are not damaged, no excessive dirt. It opens and closes properly. Hinges are secure, seals intact. Moving to our amber side marker light is clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. Moving to our fuel tank is securely mounted, no leaks. Cap is tight and not leaking. Moving to our frame and cross members. The frame is not cracks, bends, broken welds, no loose or missing cross members. Our steps are solid. securely bolted to the frame. Moving to our exhaust is securely mounted, tightly connected, securely mounted, no cracks, no holes. I gotta backtrack here. Our exhaust is securely mounted, tightly connected, no loose clamps, no cracks, holes, severe dents, no leaks of soot and rust. Moving to our drive shaft is not cracked, bent, twisted. U-joints are secured free of foreign objects. Moving back to our torque arm is securely mounted and not damaged. Moving up to our amber clearance lights. Red, clear reflective tape and red reflective tape are clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. Moving to our air and electrical lines. Our connectors are secure, not damaged or leaking. Moving to our glad hands are locked, not damaged or leaking. Our electrical plug is firmly seated into the trailer and locked. Our lines are not cut, crimped, chafed, tape tangled, dragging on the truck. Splice pinch leaking or worn. Moving to our bulkhead is secure. No cracks, no bulges, no holes, no missing rivets. It is strong enough to hold cargo. Moving to our repeaters. Our suspension, spring mount, leaf spring, U-bolt, and shock absorber, I would check the same as the front. Our brake components, our air brake hoses, brake chamber, push rod slack adjuster, brake lining, and brake drum, I would check the same as the front. Our dual tires, I would check the same as the front, except the duals have a minimum of 2/30 seconds of tread depth. They are evenly spaced. There are no damage and they are clear of foreign objects. Our rim and lug nuts, I would check the same as the front of the truck. Our axle seal is sealed and not leaking. Moving to our air mounts. Our air mounts are securely mounted. No loose, broken, missing bolts. Brackets not damaged. Airbags are securely mounted and not damaged or leaking. Moving to our fifth wheel mounting bolts are solidly attached. No loose or missing nuts and bolts or brackets. Moving to our platform is securely mounted to the frame and not cracked or broken. Moving to our skid plate is securely mounted to the platform. No loose or missing nuts, bolts, or pins, and it is properly greased. Moving to our sliding fifth wheel locking pins are secure, fully engaged, no air leaks. It is properly positioned so the rear of the truck does not hit the landing gear and turns. Coming to our apron is not bent, cracked, or broken. Moving to our gap between our skid plate and trailer, there's no gap. Moving to our kingpin release arm is secure in a locked position. Coming to our kingpin locking jaws are fully closed, locked around the kingpin, and the kingpin is not bent or damaged. Moving back to the back of the truck, our red lights, red reflective tape are clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. Our mud flap is securely mounted and not damaged. Moving to our landing gear, fully raised. No missing parts, crank handle secure. There are no cracks or welds to the support frame. Landing pad not damaged. Moving to our floor, long frame and box. Our floor has no cracks or holes. Bent, broken, or cracked cross members. Our long frame has no cracks, bends, holes, broken welds. Our box has no bulges, cracks, holes, missing rivets. Our reflective tape is clean and secure. Moving to our amber side marker light is clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. Moving to our tandem release arm and our locking pins are both secure in the lock position. Coming to our torque arm, our duals, and our mud flaps, airbags, and air mounts if applicable, I would check the same as the back of the tractor. Duals are evenly spaced. there are no damage and they are clear of debris. Coming to our repeaters, our spring mount, leaf spring, U-bolt, and shock absorber, I would check the same as the front of the truck. Our brake components, air brake hoses, brake chamber, push rod, slack adjuster, brake lining, and brake drum, I would check the same as the front of the truck. Our rim, lug nuts, and hub seal, I would check the same as the front of the tractor. Our amber ABS light is clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. On our door and our hinges are secure, not damaged. The door opens and closes properly, latches securely. Our red marker lights, tail lights, red reflective tape, I would check. Yep, are clean, secure, functional, not damaged or missing. Okay.
That was it?